What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Seattle Mariners versus Detroit Tigers Major League Baseball matchup going down Saturday, October 4th, 2025. If you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Experts tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do it. We got Week 6 college football and MLB taking center stage on Saturday. We got NFL action on Sunday. We've got WNBA finals and the NHL coming back on Tuesday. So make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout and get 15% off your purchase. But let's get to this one between the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. We're going to have to see who gets the start here for both sides. I was going to imagine that it was going to be Brian Wu, with the way that this line has shaken out, but he's still, up in the air for the ALDS because of a strained pec issue. So he called it a positive day, but who knows what that means. So again, we'll try to see who gets the start for both of these sides here. But you look at the Detroit Tigers. This was the Detroit Tigers team that really had to scratch and claw for whatever they got in that series against the Cleveland Guardians. It was not an easy game. It was a 2-1 win for the Tigers in game 1. A loss in game 2, and then they found the breakout inning in game 3, and it was what ended up, putting away the Cleveland Guardians and getting the Detroit Tigers to the ALDS. The problem that I have here with Detroit is that the offense was still very hit or miss for Detroit down the stretch. I mean, you look at Detroit's numbers to close out the regular season against right-handed pitching over the final 2 weeks of the season. This was a team that was 4th worst in baseball in team OPS against righties. Their strikeout percentage was 30.8%. A 216 batting average was one of the worst in baseball. The isolated power numbers were down there as well. And like I said, just the amount of offense that Detroit cranked out in those 3 games to close out the series was not all that inspiring. And I don't know if it's going to be here. This is a Seattle team that, was able to sweep Detroit in Detroit when Detroit was in the midst of their heyday to start the year. And that was back in, early July, just before the All-Star break. And it was a series where the Seattle Mariners cranked out a combined 35 runs in those 3 games against Tariq Skubal, Casey Mize, and Jack Flaherty, arguably the 1-2-3 in that Detroit Tigers rotation. Seattle ran hot and cold down the stretch, including getting swept by the Dodgers to close out the regular season. I personally think that was just because the Mariners had clinched and they were just focused on getting to where they were here. But I just think that at the end of the day, the Mariners, for me, are still the more trustworthy offense in this one. We'll have to see who both these teams send out for game 1. But I still think that the Mariners can get it done and get the win on the run line here. It's the only way to get any sort of value out of the Mariners in this one. I would not be upset at anyone for looking at Detroit and plus money to draw first blood here. But I just think that Seattle, who still, for my money, arguably have the best 1 through 5 rotation when healthy in Major League Baseball, or at least in the American League, I think they get the job done here to start the series, right? So I'm going to take the Mariners in this one on the run line, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.